Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole, and today we'll be having a look at this coming Wednesday's meeting here at Fanny Bay, which is the 17th of April. Before we have a look at the Darwin fixture though, the first day of the Alice Springs Cup Carnival was held last Saturday, and the feature event, the Alice Springs Guineas, was taken out in record-breaking fashion by the Will Savage-trained Sava 2XL, ridden by apprentice Laurel Crow. Many congratulations to the connections of Sava 2XL, who may well now go forward to the Alice Springs Gold Cup on the first Monday in May, and it is to be hoped that this very smart galloper will be seen during the carnival here in Darwin during July and August. Back to Darwin now, and a total of 35 horses are engaged to compete in 5 races on Wednesday, and 5 last start winners feature among the acceptors, so that in itself will create plenty of interest. The first race gets underway at 3:10 Northern Territory time and is the Lexus of Darwin handicap for the 0 to 64 gallopers, and it's over 1,200 metres. My numbers in the first are 3, 4, 1 and 2. Going here with number 3, Taipei Dancer. This horse returned from a 4-month break with a very impressive win here at the last meeting. That was in Class 2 company over the 1,000 metres. Of course, trained by Jason Manning and ridden by his partner Vanessa Arnott. And Taipei Dancer really bolted up on that occasion. Only had 3 rivals to beat, but did it very impressively. And I think the step up to the 1,200 will suit Taipei Dancer. It's only had the 9 starts at the top end and has never finished further back than 4th. So a very handy galloper is this 4-year-old mare by Shinzig. Number 3 on top for me, you have number 4, Iron Lotus. This 4-year-old mare just dying to win a race for Gary Clark and Brendan Davis in the saddle. It's run second its last 2, beaten 0.1 of a length and 0.2 of a length, so really getting close to a deserved win, and it'll be hard to beat again. In for third, number 1, Bon Air from the very much in form Carl Spry stable. Carl does the training. Matthew Hart continues his association in the saddle with Bon Air. 2 wins, 2/3, his last 4, including a last start win here on the 3rd of April, beating Divisional, and will certainly race well again for sure. My 4th selection, number 2, My Snip. Those numbers 3, 4, 1 and 2 in the first. The second event's the 7 Darwin handicap. It's for the 0 to 58 gallopers, and it's over the 1,100 metres, a field of 6 to face the starter here. My numbers are 1, 2, 6 and 3. Probably the best bet of the day for me, number 1, Ann Sinner. Kim Gladwin aboard for trainer Carl Spry. It's won its last 2 here, Class 2 company, and then in this grade, 0 to 58, last time out on the 16th of March. Pretty promising galloper. He's a 6-year-old, 31 starts now, 3 wins, 7 seconds and 4/3, but he's certainly taken to racing in the top end since coming to the Spry stable not that long ago. I've got him on top clearly, ahead of number 2, Tregoric. Now this was the horse that ran second to Ann Sinner last time out, trained by Leah Walling-Denton, Brendan Davis in the saddle, certain to be hard to beat again. In for third, number 6, that's Caitlin's Angel. Jared Todd is not aboard. In fact, Vanessa Arnott takes them out here for Phil Cole. Vanessa on Caitlin's Angel. Last 3 runs have been consistent, 5th, 3rd and 4th, so getting close to putting its foot right on the till. And in for 4th, number 3, Carmen Aaron. 1, 2, 6 and 3 in the second. The third in the day is the Bet365 handicap. It's for the 0 to 70 sprinters. It's over the 1,000 metres. My numbers here, 3, 2, 1 and 4. Might only be a small field of 5 runners, but pretty competitive. And I'm going here with the last start winner, Marble Duke from the Clark stable. Brendan Davis aboard, won over 1,200 metres last time in 0 to 70 grade. Drops in trip, but I don't think it'll worry Marble Duke. He has won at the trip before, 3 starts for a win and a second over the 1,000 metres. And he's a pretty capable galloper on his day. So I've got him on top here to beat another last start winner, number 2, Culzine from the Gary Lafoe Jr. stable. Really good performance winning last time out. And Jesse Philpott takes them out on Wednesday, claims the 3 kilograms. So that's going to take the weight down to 58 kilograms and really gives it a good chance. Culzine dropping back from the 1,200 as well. In for third, number 1, Brooklyn. Carl Spry trains and rides Brooklyn. Been a little disappointing, I suppose you'd say, his last 3 runs, but when you look at the calibre of horses he's been racing, he's our Woody, the captain, Neat Feet, Culzine, and the captain again last time out. He certainly has been putting his best foot forward and gets a good chance in this small field. And in for 4th, number 4, Jolly Boy. 3, 2, 1 and 4 in the third. The 4th's the Designer Kitchens Trobus Maiden, our biggest field of the day with 10 runners. It's for the maiden gallopers and it's over the 1,300 metres. My numbers here, 5, 6, 10 and 7. Going here with number 5, Levardis from the Phil Cole stable. A shout out to Phil. Hope he's on the mend. Of course, had that nasty accident in Alice Springs just a couple of weeks ago and broke his pelvis. He's currently in Adelaide convalescing and rehabilitating, so I hope to see him back in the territory pretty soon. Jared Todd takes the mounts. Only had the 2 runs for a second and a third last time out behind Taipei Dancer. That was in that Class 2 event. Drops back to the maiden, and I think Levardis in the right spot to put its foot on the till and get its first win. Number 5 on top for me, ahead of number 6, Fizzy 1. Jess Philpott for Craig Conran. Another 3 kilogram claim here for Jess will certainly bring Fizzy 1 right into contention with 54 kilograms. A third last time out, followed a 5th the previous start, and dying to win a race is Fizzy 1. In for third, and I'm going here with number 10, Franula. Really good run last time out, over 1,600 metres behind Rocherville. Finished second on that occasion. Drops back in trip to the 1,300, but another one with an undeniable chance here. Pat Johnson, the trainer, yet to have a rider engaged, possibly Carl Spry, but he may well be a kilo over. And my 4th selection, number 7, Joker Poker. So 5, 6, 10 and 7 in the 4th. And in the last, it's the Mark Henry Porteous on the beam handicap. It's named in recognition of Mark Porteous, who raced a Darwin Cup winner on the beam about 19 years ago. And Mark hasn't been in the greatest of health just lately, so we wish him all the best in this race, named in recognition of Mark's contribution to the industry. My numbers here, 1, 4, 2 and 3. Number 1 could complete a pretty good day for the Carl Spry stable. Awesome Mo as a last start maiden winner, beating the highly regarded Patriot Day. Carl takes them out on this occasion. Maddie Hart rode the other day, but Carl takes them out here at the 59.5 kilograms. Looks a horse with a real future. Said only the 4 starts in Darwin for a 4th, 2 seconds, and that last start win, and I think can be winning again. Number 1 for me, ahead of number 4, Divisional. We had this as our one of our better bets at the last meeting here on the 3rd of April. Finished second behind Bon Air. It was a pretty good run. Brendan Davis and Gary Clark combined will allow it another chance here. In for third, number 2, Desiree, also a stablemate of Divisional in the Clark stable. Kim Gladwin aboard, a winner 3 starts back. Does tend to mix its form a little bit, Desiree, but on her day she's pretty handy. And in for 4th, number 3, Restless, the consistent Restless. He's another one knocking on the door for a major prize. 1, 4, 2 and 3 in the last. The best bet on the day comes up in the second, as I mentioned earlier, number 1, and Sinner. Looks a young horse, or he's actually not a young horse, he's a 6-year-old now, but he certainly looks a horse with promise. He's taken to the dirt surface here in the top end really well, and I think he'll be winning race 2. Well, the best roughie on the day comes up in the last. Won a good race here the other day for third, number 5, Vidar. Race 5, number 5, Vidar. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk, but we'll be back in advance of our next meeting here, which is, of course, the public holiday meeting on Anzac Day, which is Thursday week, the 25th of April. In the meantime, good luck and good punting.